Ciao y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making sweet potato gnocchi with a killer brown butter sage sauce. And here's the great part, it's totally vegetarian. As we cozy up to fall vibes, this recipe is like a warm, tasty hug for your soul. But guess what? It's not just delicious, it's also dead simple to whip up. So whether you're a kitchen ninja or newbie, grab your apron and let's get cooking. As you saw, I poked holes in the potato. We put the potato in the oven for 450 degrees until it was soft. You can also microwave your sweet potato. So if you want to microwave your sweet potato, you definitely can. Don't be like me. I am cutting the skin off of this potato while it is still very hot. You will burn yourself. I am just sometimes a little insane and I'm trying to get my food done because when I make these YouTube videos, I make them hungry, which I probably shouldn't do, but I'm hungry when I'm making these YouTube videos. And so after we get our skin off, we're gonna dump that potato into a bowl and then we're gonna mash it. Now, after you get done mashing your sweet potato up, your sweet potato should be cooled off because of my prior warning. But if you're like me and this is hot, do make sure that this is completely cooled before you add your egg to this mixture, or your egg will just become scrambled egg and you won't really get the effect that we're looking for. We don't want scrambled sweet potato eggs. I don't even know if that's gonna be good or not, right? Like, I don't even know if you'll be able to eat it. Might be able to give it to your dog if you have a dog. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. You can add any kind of seasonings that you want to it, really, but I just use salt and pepper because the sauce that I make has other seasonings in it, so I wanted to keep it light. So we want to add our flour to the gnocchi so that it becomes a dough, so we can roll it out and cut it and it's actual gnocchi. The gnocchi should be less flour than a traditional pasta. So what I do is I have a small bowl that you can't see, it's on the side, and I add a spoonful of flour to the gnocchi, and you want to fold, not stir. So that's what you're going to see is me slowly adding that flour until I get the consistency that I want. Once you have your dough, you want to transfer it over to a board or a counter. Make sure you put some flour down so it doesn't stick. And we're going to form it into a ball, and then we're going to allow it to sit for 45 minutes to an hour is the best that I've seen. You can let it sit longer, give you a little bit more of a firmer consistency. Of course, with power of editing, you don't see that. So what you're seeing now is me roll up the ball, and then you're gonna see me roll these out, cut them into form, and then we have our gnocchi and we can start to cook it. So here you see I am cutting the gnocchi into smaller bits. It's easier to work with. If you've ever made any type of pasta or bread, this is very common. If you want to definitely try to make a huge gnocchi, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm sorry. Just cut them in fours. And we're going to roll it out to little gnocchi dough snakes. I don't know what the technical term is. I'm sorry. And we are going to cut these. And we have our gnocchi, like I said. Look at that. It's magic. Once we have our gnocchi prepared, we're going to put it in a bowl and we're going to bring a pot of water to a boil. Put a little bit of salt in the water, you know the deal. And you want it to be boiling like this. Please don't put the gnocchi in there if it's not boiling. The way we tell if gnocchi is done is if it is floating. Once it floats, it is ready to go. If the water gets a little bit too boily and you can't see, you can always throw a little ice cube in there. That's a trick. You throw ice cube in there and it'll make the bubbles go down and you can see if the gnocchi is floating. So that's my tip of the day. Okay, so next thing you want to do is chop some roasted pecans. Pecan, I don't really know. I'm sorry. I've been calling them pecans for so long, and then when I was at Meijer, the lady told me that it's pecan, and so did my cousin. So I'm trying to train myself to say pecan. You want to chop you some sage. If you don't have sage, that's completely fine. They have it at the grocery store. Just make sure that it's fresh. If you do have dried sage, just hydrate it a little bit with some water and then strain it. You want to get you about a stick of butter. And the way we make brown butter is super simple. Medium high with a saucepan, and just keep stirring the butter. I said brown butter. The butter. Until it turns brown. Once it turns brown, take it off the heat. You can strain it. I kept it because I like the richness of the flavor. That's just my preference. Okay, so now we get to put this all together. I didn't mention, the toasted pecans were not toasted by me. Pecans. Sorry, again, the toasted pecans are not mine. I got these from Meijer in a bag. It just said toasted pecans. So you could do that. I almost got the ones that said chili flavor, but I've never had them, so I was a little afraid. So what I did instead, because I like a little bit of spice, is I added chili flakes to the gnocchi. So what I'm doing here is I'm just letting the gnocchi toast up. This pan was on medium. I did not realize that the stove had so much splatter from the water. I put a little bit of garlic powder in there, and then I put the butter on top, and I just let this cook down until the sauce, the butter sauce, was thickened. You want to kind of reduce it a little bit. And really, that's all there is to this basic dish. It doesn't even take that long. I think altogether, with the cool down time of the potato and the baking of the potato, or if you throw it in the microwave, I would say about an hour to make this entire dish. If you make the sweet potatoes the night before, then maybe 45 minutes, right? Because you can just make it the sweet potatoes the day before. I did add goat cheese to my gnocchi, and it was absolutely delicious. I took a video of me actually eating, and then something happened and it got corrupted. So I'm really upset that that's not a part of this, so you couldn't see the reaction of us eating the gnocchi. But that's all. I did add a little bit more of the toasted pecans, whatever you want to call them. I added those to the top as well. That's me cleaning, and some sage to make it look pretty. I really appreciate you clicking on this video. I'm a newer creator and I'm still trying to find my style. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I enjoy having you here and I welcome you here. Also, leave a comment. Let me know if you try it, because I want to know if you enjoyed this dish. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.